Hello, welcome to the Cursus project. Today we're doing an asparagus, black and green, roll with a black truffle vinaigrette. It is based in 4 different steps. The first one is the asparagus roll itself, where we have for this white and green asparagus. I will show you how to prepare this in a few seconds. We also have the dressing made out of black truffle with lemon juice. And the last part is the red pepper roasted for coulis. I have them going already in the shushkopek. I'll show this in a few seconds. Now we're going to do the main part of our recipe, which is the asparagus. And here we have white and green asparagus. We need to trim them and we need to keep the heads for our recipe. So what we do first is that we're going to come and cut the heads of our asparagus, the length that we need. These we keep for the salad. I'm going to come and cut the tail of the asparagus. This we can use. I use this to make the stock, the vegetable stock today. Okay. Same thing for the white asparagus. We keep the heads only this much. These we use them for the recipe. We don't throw them away. And we're going to come and cut the base. This goes for the stock, as I mentioned. Now the next step is we have to trim our asparagus. To do so, you have the asparagus head on top, you have the base, and then you have leaves all around the stem. Using a paring knife, you simply come and you shave those off the stem itself. The green are all done. And then the white. We move here to our stock pot, which we have now boiling with water, and then it has to be a big boil when we do this. So we just put them in it for a few seconds, not too long, about 1 minute. And when they come out, I have some pre-blanch over here. To see if they're ready, you would take a paring knife and you would just puncture them like this, and they have to have a little give in it, but not too much. You don't want them over blanched because then they'll be soggy. In the water, I have water, salt, and a little bit of white vinegar to it, which is going to help preserve the greenness of the asparagus. The white asparagus, being bigger in diameter, will take a little bit longer to blanch. Once they are blanched, let it in ice for a few minutes for it to cool down. The next step of the recipe for the asparagus, we need to have some nori sheets over here. And some cling film, a roll of cling film, because we're going to have to basically wrap each asparagus stem inside the nori. And then after this, write a collection of different color asparagus stems inside the nori also. The white ones being so big, we're going to cut them in half lengthwise, otherwise we would have one big white asparagus and just 2 or 3 green ones. We have as much as possible. So we're going to cut the white ones in 4 different pieces. What you're going to use some paper to blot dry the asparagus. The white one being so big, we're going to come and cut it. Lengthwise in smaller pieces, and then the green can be used as is because we have the right size for it. Now the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take the nori sheets, and we don't need the whole sheet for it. Basically, you want to roll it once in it and be done with it. So that's about how much for the sheet you're gonna take. You figure about 4 times the whole diameter, okay? I've kept some of the water here from earlier, the blanching water, which is basically the water with the vinegar. So it's like doing sushi basically. You come and you roll it like this here, as tight as you can, and it gives you this at the end. These are going to put here, and we will do some more. So our asparagus rolls are done. The next step we're going to do is we're going to have some cling film with us. We're actually going to put 2 long lengths of cling film. Take out the excess air for this. And we'll take 2 nori sheets. We're going to cut the edges of them a little bit to make sure that they fit in good, like that. We'll come and we place this here, like so. And we're going to come and take our asparagus rolls, asparagus tip, and we're going to put a bunch like this in here, alternating white and green as much as possible on a base. And then what you do is get them and then mix them up randomly like this. And then I'm going to start with one like this here. All right. And we're going to come and roll this, and then we come and close the end over here. That's one side. Come and close the end of the other side. We'll make one more roll, and these go in the fridge for at least an hour. While the rolls are in the fridge, we're going to go now with the black truffle vinaigrette. To make the black truffle vinaigrette, we have black truffle paste over here. If you don't have black truffle paste, shaved black truffle will be fine. This comes with oil already done. Put it in here like this. We need to have with this a little bit of fresh lemon juice. Just a few drops in it, as such. And I have also a little bit of sweet balsamic vinegar. To this we're going to add a good crack of salt. That's the easiest dressing you will ever do. It's done. Now the next part is the salad itself. To do the salad, we need to have, we need a bowl. We need a Japanese mandolin or very sharp knife, whichever you can. Okay. And then we're going to come and take the asparagus head that we saved earlier, and we're going to come and shave them very thinly. Try to have a nice balance of both. More, you're going to put a bit of lemon juice in this. I'm also going to have some white button mushrooms, and the same thing using the mandolin. I'm also going to need a bit of red onions or shallots, whichever you have. And we also need some fresh chives. Part of the tail to put inside the salad, and some of the stems to decorate the plates. So with a sharp knife, We're going to come and cut our heads that we're going to keep aside already. They go here. And we're going to come and mince the herbs. You need to go fast or you need to go smooth. This is going to come over here. These could go in a vegetable stock if I was going to do one, for example. In here we're going to put a little bit of salt, as so. Some of the dressing that we made earlier, we're going to put a little bit in it. We're going to keep some to decorate the plate. And now we come and we toss everything nicely to try and mix it. So for the red pepper coulis, we need to have red peppers, which we're going to roast in the shushkopek. It's a Bulgarian invention, which is nominated as the invention of the century a few years back. It is basically a smelt where you put the peppers in and it roasts the skins from the outside. You can see it in the back over there. I've already put one. As you can see, it roasts the pepper on the outside of the skin. Once it is done, then what we do is we simply cover it in the bowl with cling film, because you want the steam to help you remove the skin afterwards. The second one over here, we'll just put it in the bowl. You're going to wait a few minutes for it to steam up, and then you're going to peel the skin easily afterwards. The next step for this part of the recipe is for us to use vegetable stock. I have it done earlier today. So we have our vegetable stock here. To do this, I use the trims from the asparagus previously trimmed, the shallots and the red onion skins. Any vegetable trims you have, you can use easily. So what we do is we put the vegetable stock inside the saucepan, just enough to come and cover the red peppers once they are cooked. The first red peppers are done, so we're going to come here and we simply come in, then we peel the skin. I could have left it longer to remove all the skin, but in this case I want to have just a simple smoky flavor to it. We're going to come and open it so we can remove the seeds. Okay. Once this is done, this will just cut it in pieces like this. It goes inside. Basically, we're going to cook this in the vegetable stock for a few minutes, and once it is cooked, we're going to strain it and we're going to blitz the puree, the pulp of the red pepper with a bit of olive oil, a bit of salt, a little bit of balsamic vinegar in it to give a nice sweet taste to it. And that's going to be the decoration that we're going to use for the plate. And we'll bring this to a boil, then we'll lower the heat a little bit. We'll let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, and once it is smooth, then we're going to puree it. Our red pepper coulis is ready to mix. So what we did is basically, as it's cooked, we're now going to sieve the poached red pepper. So I take the solids, because that's what I want to have. Start with all your solids first, and then you're going to put just a little bit of liquid, not too much, because you want to have, and this is about the amount of liquid I'm putting in. We're going to go blitz this at high speed. And as I'm blitzing it, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of olive oil to it to create the emulsion. So I have my coulis over here. We saved some of the seaweed, the nori seaweed from before. We're going to come and use this because we don't want to waste anything. So So there's many ways to dress the plate, to plate up. You decide which way you want to have it. We'll do 2 different plating, so you can see 2 different ideas of plate up, okay? The first one, more classic, where it's mostly French oriented, where you have your mixed salad in here. We're going to put it using a ring mold. Like this. We're going to come and distribute our asparagus and our mushrooms evenly in it as much as possible, like this. As so. And then remove this. We're going to come and cut now this you want to remove, because if you just pull on them, there's a good chance that as you do, if you pull here, the good chance that the nori comes with it. So the first one is this, then the second one, we're not going to mold it, but we're going to have so the first one is like this, some of our coulis with some of the julienne here, and a little bit of the black truffle vinaigrette. So that's one way to plate it. Thank you very much today for your attention and your time. That was part of our Cursus culinary project. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.